games with field goals and extra points, and other than that, they don't do anything. So this guy, you can understand why the jubilation. 24-6, he gets a chance to contribute to the team, and hey, it feels good.
I always enjoy watching practice where the kickers are off by themselves.
They feel like they don't have any friends.
Absolutely.
It's like there's the Broncos, and then there's these guys. We've got them around.
Squib kick. Scramble at the 42. Time is out. So it's irrelevant as to which team recovered the kick. We have reached the end of the first half here at Mile High Stadium in Denver. A lot of folks have gone underneath the stands. Denver leads for 24-6. We'll kick off. Tyrone Anthony takes the short kick at the 12. It comes to the right side. He's going to be nailed at the 15. Ricky Hunley. Someday he's going to be a horse for this football team.
Well, the one thing that Dan Reeves said was, he said our defense is as complicated as our offense, and that's the reason he has not been playing that much. It's going to take him a little more time to learn how their system.
Asked Dan Reeves yesterday how complicated Joe Collier's defense was. He said about twice as complicated as my supposedly complicated offense. Dave Wilson, 5 of 8 for 95 in the first half. Handoff up the middle to Earl Campbell, and he's out to the 20-yard line. Campbell now with his 9th carry of the ball game. Had 11 for 47 last year. 3 times most valuable player, 78, 79, and 80 during the glory years of the Houston Oilers. Controversial acquisition last year when he joined George Rogers with the New Orleans Saints. And, of course, Rogers gets traded to Washington where he's playing behind John Riggins. Second down, 6. Ogie Gajan gets the carry this time and squirts out across the 20 near the 23-yard line. 24-6, Elway with 3 touchdown tosses. Dave Wilson did find Jeff Groth with 1:52 to go in the first half. There's Kelvin Clark. He was a former #1 draft choice of the Denver Broncos back in the late 70s. And Dave Wilson, number 18 at quarterback. Said he got a case of happy feet last week. What did he mean by that?
Happy feet meant that when he set up, he wasn't comfortable. He was nervous and kept moving around trying to find someone, and he really wasn't reading the coverage.
Gajan in motion. Campbell, nice move at the line, but he's going to be jammed up short of the first down. Rick Dennison, number 55, 4-year man from Colorado State. 4th down. And Gerald Wilhite goes back to return the punt as Dennison gets the accolades from his teammates on the bench. Brian Hansen is on to kick for New Orleans. 47-yard average on his first 3 kicks of week number 2. 4th and 1 from the 25, 24-6. Saints trail. That's sky high or mile high here. Wilhite at the 24. Brings it back to the 33-yard line. Tackle was made by Guido Merkins. 51-yard kick, 8 on the return. Now, you punted a little bit. Does it make a difference to kick in this atmosphere?
I don't know. I never punted here, and in college we never played any schools up in this area. We had the bus everywhere, so we kept it in the south, kept it close to home. So I never had a chance of punting in this weather. I did, when we were practicing, I did punt. Quite honestly, I didn't know the difference, but I'm not that good a punter.
You can hit the golf ball farther up here. I promise you that.
I just have to take your word on that.
Now, I'll get you up to Steamboat Springs yet. As long as you're not doing those movies in Hollywood.
Oh, yes.
First down and 10. Sammy Winder gets the call on first down. Now, if you're Dan Reeves, Terry, you certainly don't shut down the offense with an 18-point lead.
No, and this play is not a sign that that's what he's going to do. What they're doing is just, really, that's a play that, hey, if it gets some yardage, great. If it doesn't, what it does is establishes hitting in the second half, and that's all that's good for. If it breaks, wonderful, and I don't expect him to slow it down. I expect him to throw the football, because that's how they put the points on the board in the first half.
Second down, 7 from the 35, 12:29 to go third quarter. Elway merely terrific with 17 of 26 for 267 in the first half. He's looking deep and settles short. Incomplete.
Well, that's one of those games they had that time with Wilkes going outside and Whitney Paul coming inside, and they put the pressure on Elway, and he wasn't able to establish vision downfield. He had to pick out someone and throw the football in a hurry.
Vance Johnson comes into the lineup along with Gerald Wilhite. Clarence Kay will come out.
There's John. He's played well. I tell you, don't be surprised by the Saints. I expect them to do a lot of things in the second half. They've put a lot of pressure on Elway, but he has gotten it away, got things done with his strong arm and good receivers. But in this second half, I expect these Saints just to open up the playbook and do a lot of things to get on Elway.
3rd down 7 from the shotgun. 4-man front for the Saints. Reverse to Vance Johnson. Out of bounds short of the 1st down. It'll be a 4th down and a punting situation as Glenn Hyde comes on to do the deep snapping chores for the Denver Broncos. He's an interesting case as you look at Vance Johnson. Glenn Hyde started his professional career with the World Football League. Wears number 65. He's back in uniform. Then he played with the Broncos, went with the USFL. He was a player coach with the Chicago team in the USFL, and now he's back with his original NFL team, Denver. And he'll snap deep to Chris Norman.
Well, if there's another league, does that mean he's going to go to another league?
Norman, end over end kick. Eric Martin's going to let it bounce. And it's off the thigh of Gene Lang. It'll be down by the Broncos at the 23-yard line. 39-yard kick. Bums boys have the football. They trail by 18 points. Time out on the field.
I'll tell you, this guy has had an awful hard time here in Denver with his punting, and we might be able to pick up something here. Notice he takes the ball, he turns it, he sets it. Now his right elbow is not extended. Notice how it's close in, and he throws it out and hits the ball on the top part above the arch around the ankle. That's why that football just flutters down there. You extend it all the way out and catch it out on the top part of the foot, and then it explodes.
1st and 10 New Orleans, and they've got the ball at their own 27. Hokie Gaijan from Wilson, 1st down, breaks the tackle and moves it out to the 49-yard line.
I tell you, these Saints are moving the football smartly with their passing attack, doing a good job of using Gaijan, going with 2 wide guys, bringing them out of the backfield, but just doing a super job of hitting their little zones and the seams and getting big plays out of it. So, why not keep on doing it? I don't know. We're going to watch it again. You're going to see him come inside. There he is. He's beating the linebacker, 50, Ryan, right now. Makes a good grab, and then he's in the secondary. Foley misses a tackle.
Gain of 22 yards. 1st down at the 50. 24-6. New Orleans leads. Here's Campbell. And Earl rips it up the middle for a gain of 9 to the 42-yard line.
Well, that's a good job by Court that time, and Edelman on the right side of blowing their people up. And this is the kind of football Coach Phillips like to run. Throw the short pass, establish a good 5-6 run, come back with a pass.
And they've got a 2nd down and 1. Minnesota leading Tampa Bay 24-10.
Unbelievable.
And how about this one? Giants trailing Green Bay. And San Diego leading Seattle. There's an upset. 1st down, New Orleans. Earl Campbell once again. Campbell now with 12 carries for 41 yards. And it's 1st and 10 Saints. Last time we checked, Atlanta was leading San Francisco 10-0, but the 49ers have come back to take a lead of 1 point in the 3rd quarter. 14-13. 10:21 to go 3rd quarter here. 24-6. Campbell for 1.
Well, that's a great job that time by number 50, Jim Ryan, outside corner, left outside linebacker. Boy, he took on the tackle, threw him off, and came back inside and made the play. Just a super play. Number 50. Here's a guy that last week, Vern, when they had 3 of their people go down, Dennis Smith is out of the game, and then Lewis Wright is not playing, Foley's hurt. They almost sent Jim Ryan into the football game to play strong safety.
Is that much different from his spot, though?
I guess it is.
Okay.
From linebacker to strong safety. Covering tight ends.
2nd and 9. 9:39 to go in the 3rd quarter. Wilson going deep for Hobie. Brenner can't hang on. Good coverage downfield. Ken Woodard, the linebacker, did a fine job of staying with the tight end.
I tell you, this is a well-thrown football, and Hobie Brenner is the type of tight end that can make this catch. He's a guy that has been a very consistent receiver for the Saints over the years that he's been there, and they like throwing the football to him. We're going to watch it again. Watch. Now, Wilson sets up good pass protection, a lot of time to throw the football, picks out Hobie Brenner down the middle. He makes a good extension. Look at that. Didn't touch the football, but he got in Brenner's vision. Good job that time by Woodard.
New Orleans is 0 of 6 on third down conversions. They face a 4-man rush. Wilson up in the pocket, goes left side, and in between two receivers. It'll be 4th down. Intended for Gajan. Now let's go to Brent Musburger in New York for this National Football League update. Well, Bill Walsh keeps him around, special teams.
Well, we cut him in Pittsburgh because all he did was run good routes, but he wasn't a 4-4, 4-5 speed running back, so we cut him, and he goes out there and picks up 2 Super Bowl rings.
55-yard effort for Morton Anderson. That might have enough. Yes, sir. 55-yard kick, and that ties the longest field goal in Saint history. Morton Anderson from 55. That's not the longest. Tom Dempsey kicked one at 63. Morton Anderson, who has the second longest field goal in New Orleans history, 55 yards. And that'll go out of the end zone. Well, I got to give credit to Dave Yaggy, our statistician, who 99.9% of the time is right on, but he just happened to grab the wrong page in the same press guide. Joe Danello kicked one against the Saints at 55 yards for the Giants. And, of course, Tom Dempsey had one of 63 yards against Detroit, made famous by Alex Karras' reaction. And Morton Anderson has now kicked his career longest of 55 yards. So we're 24-9. And apologies to the Dempsey family for wiping him out of the record book so quickly. 9:16 to go third quarter, 24-9. Denver's got the ball at their own 20. 3 wide receiver set. Nope, they H-back. James Wright is in motion. Sammy Winder, big hole. Slipped as he tried to make the cut, but he's got a gain of 12 or 13 and a first down.
Good job that time by Wright coming in motion. The H-back coming in. This is a classic example of how to use the H-back. Everybody blocks big man on big man, just straight ahead blocking and lead the H-back. We're going to see it. 87 in your screen, folks. Comes inside, hop right there on Tony Eller right in the middle, and then Winder cuts back on behind the block, gets past Kovacs, number 52, and slips back, but not after he makes the first down.
Winder now with 69 yards on 8 carries. First down 10. Right in motion once again. Play fake. Blitz. Ricky Jackson.
Hey, why not? Why not? You know, you look at the scoreboard, you're behind 24-9. You're guessing with them. They get a first down. It's zone coverage, but you have blitzes off of these zones, and Jackson comes from behind. No one picks him up. Elway has no way of knowing who's going to hit him, and Jackson nails him for a loss. You got to expect the Saints are going to blitz and gamble in the second half. They're getting beat. You've got to expect that.
Sacks 3 apiece now. We've got 8:17 to go third quarter. Elway has Winder lined up to the left side behind him, and Wright in motion once again. 3-man rush by New Orleans. Screen pass to Winder with 3 blockers in front. To the 38-yard line. That's short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 6. 7:55 to go third quarter. Bruce Clark and Frank Watlet made the tackle. There's Bruce Clark, number 75.
Guy out of Penn State, he says, I am not going to play in Green Bay. It's too cold over there. Goes to Canada.
Right.
Now, that made a lot of sense. Goes to Canada, and then Saints get him. And I'll tell you what, he is one fine football player. Big man, too, isn't he?
Yes, sir. 7:29 to go third quarter. 3rd down 6. Denver 6 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. They've had a good day with 3rd and long. Elway, man is open, first down. Butch Johnson. Johnny Poe trying to cover Johnson, but that's a first down at the 47-yard line. A gain of 15 yards. Well, Johnson told us before the game that Johnny Poe and Dave Waymer were as good at the corner as the 2 kids from Oakland, Haynes and Hayes. Maybe he was setting us up. Or Los Angeles, I'm sorry.
Well, let's look at it again. We'll see if that's true. Elway cranks one loose out here on Poe, who's got Johnson man for man. Good job of just good pass. Leads him right outside. Johnson makes the catch. Obviously, he's in bounds.
First down 10 at the 48-yard line. Elway now with 293 yards. It was over 300 yards the first week in November last year. Might go over 300 right now. Nope.
Good job that time by Kovac of reading the screen and breaking his zone drop-off, and he came up and forced it in front of him and got Winder. And, you know, what could have been a 7, 8, 9-yard gain is only, what are we looking at here, Vern? 3 yards?
About 3, that's right.
3, 4 yards? Well, those things are tough. You know, when you got an offense that has a big gun at quarterback and you blitz him and he hits the hot route. Then you lay off and he throws zones. So then you try to rush him and he throws a draw at you. You get all this kind of confusing. And it takes a guy who's going to be a doctor to figure this stuff out. And that's Kovac.
Second down 7. 24-9. Denver has the lead. Elway on a half roll. Pulls up, looks deep, into double coverage. Flag. Waymer and Hogue covering. The strong arm of John Elway to Steve Watson. Pass interference, first and goal from the 1.
Pass interference. Number 44, defense, first down.
Well, this is called, the Saints call this a turmoil, where they bring Elway outside, and then they set up and try to hit these deep passes. And here's you see it. You're looking at number 81, Watson, down the middle. He's covered well by Hogue, 24, and Waymer, 44. Now, they have him covered. Now, folks, the difference in the pass rules, had they turned around and looked back at the football, that flag wouldn't have been thrown, and they'd have gotten away with it. But instead, they had their back to the quarterback, and that's pass interference. Turn your head around and pretend you're going to make a play on the ball, and you won't get that flag. That's the difference this year.
Split back offense now as Gene Lang has joined Sammy Winder behind John Elway. First and goal from the 1. Wright is the motion man. Elway's going for his 4th touchdown toss of the game and has it. Clarence Kay. He went back to him, Terry.
This is just a play-action pass. Elway comes out face to Lang, looks to the left. Now watch that. He gives that look off, and it takes everyone over there. Then he comes back, and Kay, the backside tight end, all he does, his job is to read the zone, read the safeties. If they go, then he hooks up. He hooks up, and then Elway did a good job of coming back and finding him.
Carla's on to try and make it a 31-9 margin. Has done so. That's an 80-yard drive in 7 plays. A 2-yard touchdown toss. John Elway's 4th TD pass of the day. It took only 3 minutes and 8 seconds, 80 yards in 7 plays. A 2-yard touchdown toss to Clarence Kay. And here is Rich Carlos' short kick once again. Tyrone Anthony at the 12. Tries to take it outside and can't. There's another flag down. 2 of them, as a matter of fact, back where the kick originated. Looks like it might be offside Denver.
You know, you got to believe that Carlos is kicking this football away from Martin because of what he did last week against Kansas City. Knows that ball is not going that deep, but it's extremely high, and it's to the right side, the side away from Martin.
Eric Martin had a 30.7 yards per kickoff return.
Offside, number 52, kicking team, free kick with a 5-yard penalty.
So we will kick it again. Next Sunday, the doubleheader, St. Louis against the Giants. Most of you in the Rocky Mountain area will be seeing that game. New Orleans is at home next week against Tampa Bay in their home opener. No, they're not. They were at home against Kansas City last week. And the second game of the doubleheader, the 49ers against the Los Angeles Raiders. That will be seen in all parts of the country as the 49ers have now come from behind and lead against Atlanta. Our last report is 14-13. And the Raiders trying to rebound from their loss on Thursday night to Kansas City. And the rain starts coming down once again. If this was mid-October, that might be snow, Mr. Bradshaw.
That's true. Interesting to watch what happens here. I believe that if the Saints don't score this time, it'd be interesting if Elway comes out of this football game and Kubiak would go in. Once again, a high kick, short.
And they keep it away from Eric Martin. It's Tyrone Anthony. He's got some room. Still on his feet.
Tony Lilly makes the tackle there, Vern. Scratch that theory about Elway going to the sideline.
It was Daniel Hunter, number 25, who missed the tackle back at midfield. And Anthony returns it 51 yards. So the strategy of kicking away from Martin does not pay off this time.
You're going to see Tyrone Anthony, number 22. He has the ball, sets up the block. This is Eric Martin. Now he comes in there and does a nice job on Hyde. 65. Then Tyrone Anthony cuts back inside. Now it's just a foot race. Mike Warren's there, misses. 25 misses. Finally knocked out of bounds by Gene Lang, number 33.
1st and 10, New Orleans at the 33. The reverse to Eugene Goodlow. Wilson tries to lay a block. Steve Foley misses the tackle for Denver, and Goodlow is out of bounds. There is an east-west offense because he ran about 40 yards for 3-yard gain.
Yeah, but let me explain something. You're looking at a football team that's trying to make something happen. You can't fault that. We got to shove that this time a little strategy out the window. They're trying to make something happen. Anything big to get in that end zone and get there fast, and that's what that play was designed to do.
14-13 in the fourth quarter still. They're now in the fourth quarter, and Minnesota leads Tampa Bay by 8 in the fourth. Green Bay still leading the Giants in the third. It's 2nd down and 7 from the 30. Stunts by the Denver defensive line. Into the flat. Nice read by Wilson to Gaijon. He leans out for the first down and is very close as Steve Wilson, number 45, makes the tackle. Hard to tell. This is a bruise. There's Steve Wilson, who started his career as a free agent wide receiver with the Cowboys. He is one of the injured bunch.
Well, Steve Wilson,
with a bruised knee last week.
Steve Wilson is playing right corner, and he's a left corner. He's really a free safety, but he has played strong safety, and they've got their people moving all over. If one guy goes down, they got to bring other people that are all out of position, and so he's really playing out of position. He's really the other side corner, and his best position is free safety, which is Foley's shot.
Dennis Smith is out for a couple of weeks with a shoulder separation. 3rd and 1, double tight end set for the Saints. Split backs, Campbell and Gaijon. Play action. Nobody open. Now finally they find the tight end, and it's a 1st down. New Orleans at the 13 as Hobie Brenner from Southern California makes the tackle.
I tell you, this is one of the hardest things for a quarterback to do in a short yardage situation where everyone is pinching, the linemen are down, the linebackers are firing, is to make a play action and set up and stay and stay and stay and pray that someone will get loose. It is unusual, and for a man that had such a bad game last week, he showed a tremendous amount of poise waiting for that play to develop.
Wilson now 8 out of 13 for 135 yards. San Diego still leading Seattle by 8 in the 3rd quarter. And Green Bay, their lead over New York is now only 4. Earl Campbell comes at right tackle and doesn't find anything there except orange jerseys. Steve Busick and Jim Ryan, numbers 58 and 50. There's Busick. Remember back in the late 70s when they had that great defensive unit here called them Orange Crush. I understand they're not supposed to do that now because of the conflict with the marketing of the soft drink company.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm glad. Why didn't they have it back then when we were playing here? I never seen so many orange signs and orange shirts and sweaters and all my life. But yeah, like you said,
maybe they could bring it back and just call it Classic.
Burn.
Second.
So corny.
I know it. 2nd and 10. Across the middle, touchdown. Larry Hardy, number 87.
Outstanding throw this time, folks. And I'll tell you what, the key to this pass wasn't that Hardy was open, is the fact that 58 Busick had his back to Wilson, the quarterback, and he throws it right by his face, throws it right by his ears, they say in the National Football League, and allowed Hardy to make the touchdown. Watch this, little simple play action. Now Busick has him covered, but look, his back is turned to the quarterback. He doesn't know where the football is, or even if it's been thrown. Hardy does, makes a fine catch, good throw.
Morton Anderson, who has missed one, is on to try the extra point. He's also got a 55-yard field goal in this game. And this one is good. 3:58 remaining in the third quarter as the mist is turning to a light rain. 31-16 now. And you can see that the cowboy hat, the chapeau, is getting a little wet on Bum Phillips. Coming up next Saturday on CBS Sports, NCAA football, the Georgia Bulldogs against the Clemson Tigers, live at 3:30 Eastern Time. Georgia under Vince Dooley, and Clemson, having won yesterday on the last play of the game, they will be at home in Death Valley, and that'll be our CBS Sports college football telecast live at 3:30 Eastern Time next Saturday on CBS Sports. 3:58 remaining. Sellout crowd again for the 110th time. Somebody had heard a forecast of rain, because there are a lot of ponchos and umbrellas that are very much in evidence now here in the game.
It's like Pittsburgh weather. There's 30% of rain in Pittsburgh is thunderstorms for 4 days.
Morton Anderson will kick it deep. Vance Johnson and Gene Lang will wait for it. 33 plays and 33 yards in 5 plays. 13-yard touchdown toss. Dave Wilson to Larry Hardy after the 51-yard kickoff return by Tyrone Anthony set it up. Good kick by Anderson. And that'll be a touchback. It'll come out to the 20.
You know, maybe they ought to make a rule here in Denver that you don't kick off from the 35. Maybe when you come to Denver, you kick off from the 25, because everything is on the asphalt. I never seen anything like it. You know, got to be there, right?
Sure.
You get them in Pittsburgh or some other stadium, and that ball's on the 2-yard line. Maybe that'd be a good rule, huh?
But it hasn't worked for Rich Carlos. He's been kicking it to the 12 every time.
There's, look at the asphalt. I asked the guy the other day, gee whiz, they got all this beautiful land around here. Why don't they move this thing back about 20 yards and put some grass where that asphalt is?
What did he say?
Couldn't afford it.
Pretty good answer. 1st and 10. Don't know if it's true, but it's a pretty good answer. Winder quietly closing in on a 100-yard day.
I'll tell you another guy that's played well today is Whitney Paul, number 51. 97, Mo James Gathers on the bottom of the pile. He's played well. You know, the Saints have put pressure on Elway. They have done some good things today. It's just that they've broken down here and there, and the big play has been the end result. Outside of that, then this football game in 31-16 could be a lot closer than what it is, which that's not too close, but
15 points. We've got 18 minutes to play. 3:15 to go, third quarter. Elway has thrown for 4 touchdowns in the game. Steve Watson in motion. That's a busted play. Bruce Clark is going to bust Elway.
gosh, you know, don't you know that's a terrible feeling for a quarterback? He's thrown 4 TD, takes a snap. He just takes a snap and runs the wrong way. Now, how do you run the wrong way? You know how you run the wrong way? Because they got these plays called XY double motion, zigzag wham, elephant this. I mean, I can understand it.
Watch it.
Look at this. That's $1 million quarterback. Going the wrong way.
Takes $1 million hit. 3rd and 7 from the 23.
I never went for that.
Okay.
Never made $1 million either.
Elway on the scramble to Vance Johnson. Move the chains again. That's a first down. Elway over 300 yards now.
Boy, every time he's gotten out of the pocket, big things have happened.
Frank Waddlet made a very interesting point about why Elway is so vicious to a defense when he gets out of the pocket, because he still has the whole field.
Right. He said that normally an average quarterback gets out of the pocket and rolls one side. He eliminates the other half of the field, but not Elway because of the strength of his arm. This is just a good job here of getting outside, and Johnson is open, and he throws the football to him on that side of the field. But, yeah, he said, you know, when he gets over to the right, the left side of the field is still fair play.
Johnson with 3 for 72 yards, as you saw. 2:23 to go. Third quarter, 31-16, Denver leads. Wright in motion. Winder for a couple.
Good job that time. 58 red, Gathers on the bottom side. Clark coming in from the backside.
Elway for the day, 305 yards, 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception.
You know, Paul Howard, number 60, the right guard, you see his stats. Paul Howard is guarded Go ahead, take it, Vern.
All right, this is called Let's Go to Commercial in 3, 2, and 1. Jim Kovach injured on the last play for the New Orleans Saints and was assisted off the field. Scott Pellure, number 53, has taken his place. We'll get a report from the bench as quickly as we can. 2nd down and 6 from the 35. John Elway, 305 yards throwing the ball so far with 1/4 and 1:47 still to play. He looks deep. He fires deep. Almost picked off by Johnny Poe, who stepped right in front of the H-back James Wright.
Elway is so mad at himself. He held that football too long that time. He came out of the play action. This is a play that hit in the first quarter, Vern, where he goes on the little bow out to the corner, and he held it too long. He was open, and John knows it. That's why he grabbed his helmet. Doggone good play by 25 that time, Johnny Poe.
Watch the play by Poe from the end zone.
Let's look at it again. He's late with the delivery. Now, he looks like he's open. Now, watch coming into your screen. There it is, 25, Poe making a play on the football.
3rd down, 6 from the 35. 1:42 to go, 3rd quarter. 31-16, Denver leads. Across the middle, dropped. Just a little behind Gene Lang, the intended receiver. Now, let's go to New York and Brent Musburger for this NFL update.
Vern lead 21-13. Back to Vern and Terry.
Thank you, Brent. He may be the best going right now. 21-13, and I couldn't imagine the 49ers not being able to come back and win that game against Atlanta at home. They haven't done so yet, but they're in pretty good shape. 4th down. Eric Martin back to return the kick. Fair catch called by the 7th-round draft choice from Louisiana State. And it is at the 20-yard line. That's a 45-yard kick for Chris Norman with a hang time of 4.2. Now then, New Orleans trails by 15, 31-16. And if they come back and score again, complexion just really turns around.
Well, they've done a good job in the second half of moving the football, running and passing and special teams. 31-16, you get another touchdown.
NFL Today next Sunday on CBS Sports. Blitzomania with Dick Vermeil. Check the local listings for the time in your area. 1st down 10 at the 20. Wilson back to throw. Fires it out. Almost picked off. Oh, Louis Wright stepped right in front of Lindsey Scott.
What you're going to say and what I'm going to tell you is going to differ, because that pass should have been completed to Scott. Scott made a critical mistake that time of when he made his break on the hook. He sat there. You don't sit. You go back towards the football. And if he takes just one step, that ball hits him right in the stomach, and they have a 1st down. If you sit with the reaction of all pros like Louis Wright, they make the play on the football. They make the interceptions.
2nd down and 10 from the 20. 1:24 to go, 3rd quarter. 31-16. Wayne Wilson, number 30, goes into a slot left side. Campbell out of the lineup. Gaijon to set back, and Wilson back to throw. Comes the rush. Wilson on the roll. That is the 3rd sack for Mecklenburg.
They're guessing with him. You see Chavis coming inside, 79-61. Andre Towns on the outside. Now 77. Mecklenburg is freed up, and he's able to get in and make the sack on David Lewis. You know, I was able to talk to the owner, Pat Boland, and he said, we got this guy, number 77, signed a new 3-year contract, and I am so happy.
I'll bet he is. From the shotgun on 3rd and 23, the ball is at the 7. 31-16 to score. Wilson looks, has to scramble again. Across the middle, caught by Gaijon. Flags are down at the 17-yard line. And Ken Woodard makes the tackle. Ineligible receiver downfield. Louis Wright says we'll turn it down.
Downfield, number 63. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
That will bring on Brian Hansen, who kicks this time from deep in his own end of the field. 46 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. that last sack that Mecklenburg made, and we haven't talked a whole lot about him yet, but Andre Townsend really made the play by supplying the initial pressure.
Well, Townsend, the guy that, you know, they're saying, however, you can't keep him out of the ball game. Chavis is going to start the games, but Townsend's going to play 75 or 80%. He is what they call in nowadays, modern terms, an impact player. Go along with Mecklenburg. Boy, you got a good side over there.
Ball boy.
Vance Johnson is back to return the punt this time. They've been using Wilhite. And there's a delay of some sort.
Penalty is declined. 4th down on the 19-yard line. The end of the play.
Momentary delay was because they forgot the pass had been completed to Gaijan. And now they have reset the ball. It will be 4th down. And Ryan Hansen will kick from the 5. That's not the greatest kick Hansen's gotten off. Here's Vance Johnson on a roll. And out of bounds. Inside the 40 at the 38-yard line. John Price forced him out. 36-yard kick with an 18-yard return. And the Broncos have terrific field position. Minnesota still leads by 8 in the 4th quarter over Tampa Bay. The Giants trail Green Bay 17-13 in the 4th quarter. And Seattle has come back. They now trail by only 1 to San Diego, 29-28 3rd quarter score.
Chargers got him a little defense, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Bass has got him playing hard out there. 29-28 points they give up is good for them.
John Elway closing in on a career best day. He's already got 4 touchdowns and 305 yards. 1st and 10. Elway to throw again. Ricky Jackson coming after him. Elway fires the ball. Clarence Kay, the tight end. Frank Wadlett on the tackle, a gain of 17.
This is that turmoil again where Elway comes out, sets and sprints, and it looks to me what they do is as Elway goes to his left, all the receivers go that way. They go with him, and then when they see the cover, they stop. CK stop. He stops, and the flow of the coverage goes by him and leaves him wide open. Number 88 makes a good catch. He flows one way, they flow with him, they stop, coverage goes by.
It's been an Elway kind of day. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with a score. Denver 31, New Orleans 16. We now pause for a word from your local station.
By Miller Beer. Miller, made the American way since 1855. And by the makers of Right Guard. You work hard, you need.
Play of the 4th quarter. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. 1st down 10 Broncos. Sammy Winder. Terry Hogue made the tackle.
Boy, Keith Bishop, 54, left guard. Good job of leading outside, kicking out. Boy, Winder cuts right inside a block. You know, this is one of those plays where the guard doesn't kick out, you've got nothing. Now, there's Bruce Clark down inside. Here comes Bishop, 54. And boy, he busts 58. Glenn Red, he cuts up inside. Winder goes inside of him. Big gain.
1st down 10 from the 11. John Elway, 322 yards, a career high. 4 touchdowns, 1 away from his personal best. He threw 5 last year against Minnesota. Winder with a flag down. It's Gene Lang, beg your pardon. 33 instead of 23. And that'll be against Denver.
Number 64, offense, still 1st down.
Billy Bryan, the center, number 64, got him for holding. Look at there he is, 64. These guys are big. Yeah, I forgot how big these guys are, Vern. I'm down on the field before the game and shook hands with these guys when they had their uniforms on. They're talking big. Now we're talking big. Bryan, 60, big man.
I think I said 322 yards was a career high. It's 345 for John Elway, so he still has a shot at getting it. 4 for 66 penalties, 7 for 55. for the Denver Broncos. 1st and 20, 13:50 to go. Standing very cool and then puts it low. It's incomplete at the 9-yard line.
Well, Steve Watson's in the corner of the end zone. He's slapping his hands as Elway was looking in the middle of the field. He drew all the coverage in there. Watson was able to come wide open in the corner, and John just had gotten rid of the football and didn't see him. And there's Watson, number 81, wide open in the corner. You know, it's so easy for these receivers to get down and shake their head. I said, gee, why didn't you see me? But that quarterback is standing on a 6'7", 6'8" guys hanging all over him. And sometimes, you know, it's just a little bit hard to see that whole field.
Elway now 23 out of 36, 322 yards, 4 TDs, 1 interception. 2nd down and 20 with 13:42 to go. Good protection. Flag is down. Wipe this one out. 2 flags are down, as a matter of fact, one on the far side of the field.
Against the Broncos.
And we'll hear once again from Bob McElwee, who's getting more airtime today than you are.
I'm sure he would rather I be talking.
Holding number 70, offense. Still 2nd down.
That is Dave Studdard.
Dave's going, look, don't talk about me. That's the only time that camera goes on me is when I get a holding or something. Don't do that to me.
Oh, terrific name for a football player.
Seattle 35-29 now over San Diego. Atlanta and San Francisco 28-13. How was that, Vern?
Handle those scores very well. 2nd down and 30 from the 31, 13:35. Next, we're going to get you on those commercial leads.
Gotcha. Broncos have gotten a little bit sloppy here. You know, this game is, to them, is probably, they're thinking it's out of, they've got it sewed up. They're playing a little sloppy, not quite as intense as they were earlier.
Comes the 4-man rush. Jackson in Elway's face. Winder gets it on the screen.
Oh, look at this play.
Scott Pallor makes the initial contact.
He runs right through Billy Bryan and right through and nails Winder in the backfield. Just a great job that time. And then Jackson comes in and makes the tackle. Watch Pallor as he comes. They let him rush. Elway's got the screen on against about the 4th time today. You're going to see Elliott, they let him through. Bryant lets him loose. Goes out to set up the screen. There's the screen outside to Winder. He comes up. Look at Pallor right through every one of them. Bang, right there. Makes the hit. Then Jackson comes over top and sets him down.
On 3rd and 30 from the 31, 4 wide receivers now in for the Denver Broncos. Again, a 4-man rush. Elway almost picked off at the 5. It'll be 4th down.
That's Johnny Poe. That's the 2nd time Poe here in this quarter has made, or in the 2nd half, has made a play on the football and had a chance at making an interception. You know, coming into this game, I'm talking to John. He said, you know, 82 Vance Johnson's going to be our big play guy. We go into 4 sets. Look for him. That time I kept my eye on Johnson. He went down about 15 yards, hit a hole, and was wide open. Elway's not too pleased. I don't blame him. His last 5 or 6 passes have not been the best in the world.
Well, they start this series, this particular set of 4 downs with a 1st and 10 from the 11. And now Rich Carlos is on to try a field goal from 48 yards out on 4th and 30. Gary Kubiak will hold. Oh, that's got plenty. Shot from a gun. And the lead is back to 18 after Carlos's 48-yard field goal. 12:38 to go in the game.
I never got used to the idea of being a hero. There are no stars on a potato farm. I lived a simple life here, a really good life.
There's still a place where people don't forget where they came from. A place where beer is beer, and the brand is Miller.
Miller's made the American way.
Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
No matter how hard you work,
Right Guard can help keep you smelling good for up to 24 hours.
You work hard, you need Right Guard.
This is Brush Plus from Gillette. A shaving concentrate and brush in one. A brush to lift whiskers, a concentrate to soften them. A shave that is superior. Brush Plus for a superior shave.
Aha, there's a thief in this attic. This skimpy amount of insulation can rob you blind on your fuel bill.
Fight back with the attic blanket from Owens Corning. It's the thickest, most powerful roll of thermal protection you can have. It can help you save money on your fuel bills.
It is an open and shut case.
Owens Corning, our building products put your house in the pink.
12:38 remaining in the ball game. Rich Carlos has now authored field goals of 43 and 48 yards. Denver's lead is back to 18 at 34-16. And Carlos has to go back up and retee the ball. Rain has subsided, at least for the moment. Eric Martin and Tyrone Anthony wait deep, and for most of the game, Carlos has tried to put it on the right side at Tyrone Anthony. Last time he did that, Anthony returned it 51 yards, so this time he'll go to Eric Martin. Give him a chance. Here's the rookie from LSU. Glenn Hyde, the old man of the offensive line, showing a little pep and enthusiasm as he's downfield to make the tackle.
Dan Reeves reached over and pops him. Look at Hyde. You'd think this guy was a rookie trying to make the football team. Grabs water, slapping hands.
Carlos is calm about it. Watch the field goal now.
This is Carlos's field goal a while ago that made the score 34-16. Now it's hooking inside, but watch what's happened. This is something we couldn't see earlier. It's going to hit the crossbar, the top upright, right side, and then kicks back inside. Boy, when it's going good for you, it's going good.
12:29 to go. Wilson back to throw. Pumps once, fires it out. Caught by the tight end, Hobie Brenner. Nice catch.
Nice catch, and old Steve Wilson did a super job of busting him that time.
That's a gain of 21 yards.
That's a good job of where Wilson Byrne is staying in the pocket. He's letting things develop, and when they open up, he's throwing the football and throwing it well.
Well, what a comeback from a 2 for 22 day last week, which he has said is one of the most exasperating days he's ever had. And he's 11 of 17 now, with his team trailing by 18, 11:52 to go. On first down and 10, Wilson to throw. Really good protection, and that pass is complete to the Denver 45. Eugene Goodlow makes the catch. Now let's go to New York and this NFL update from Brent Musburger.
Vern, the New York Giants have come all the way back.
All right, Brent, I saw the Giants play last week, and it's good to see they've got their offense cranked up. Here's Hardy. Wilson right between the 8 and the 7. That's a first down at the 15.
I'll tell you what's happening here, and it's very easy for Wilson to read this coverage because all Denver's doing is playing simple zone, just real easy. He's able to read this, and he knows exactly where he's going in the seam, and he's hitting people and hitting them well. You're going to see it again. He's reading Foley, slips over, turns around, and finds Brenner 87 right down the middle. There's your shot.
Steve Foley with a tackle, first down at the 14. Wilson, good protection again. On a line out to the right side. Eric Martin, number 84, the rookie from LSU, who is the all-time career leader in receptions at LSU, gets his first catch of the day. 7th round draft choice who got married Mondays.
That's what he said.
Bride Tamara.
He told me he got married yesterday. I don't think anybody knew about it. Said he was disappointed going into the 7th round. I asked him why, and he said, money.
That's right. And after we talked with him, he said, Mr. Bradshaw, can I have your autograph for my new wife?
Made me feel good.
1st and 3, especially the Mr. Bradshaw part. Guys on. Fights for yardage.
Touchdown.
Got it. No matter what, Terry, I think the Saints are going to be encouraged. They really are hanging in.
Well, You can lose football games and make progress. Believe me that. You can make progress. They are moving the football. They've scored again. And now if they kick this extra point, the score is going to be 34-23. But good things are happening to their offense. We're going to watch it again as Gajan skips on the outside. Brock does a good job on Chavis, number 67 on 79. And then, of course, Gajan, great effort to get in for the touchdown.
Morton Anderson has missed one extra point. This one goes home. And it's an 11-point lead once again. There is Hokie Gajan at the tag end of an 85-yard drive in 5 plays. And he has put New Orleans back into the ball game. Doubleheader next Sunday. St. Louis against the Giants or Tampa Bay versus New Orleans. Check the local listings for the game to be seen in your area. That's at 12:30 Eastern time. And then the second game of our CBS doubleheader, the 49ers against the Raiders.
Ought to be a good game. 49ers and Raiders.
You want to go out on a limb on 49ers? What are their prospects of repeating?
Oh, that's not my job. That's your job.
No. You're the expert.
Says who?
I'm just a talking dog.
Oh, talking dog. You've been barking loud today.
Morton Anderson.
I tell you what, the class out there, of course, is the 49ers, and you know you gotta always think they're the team to beat. I don't care who they're playing. So I picked the Raiders.
Vance Johnson and Gene Lang are back to return the kick. Morton Anderson, whose mixed extra point could be critical before this afternoon is complete. That's out of the end zone. And will come out to the 20.
We've got to have the 25-yard rule in effect here.
It's a rouge.
Rouge.
Like in Canadian football, the rouge,
really?
huh? You like that 25-yard end zone? You'd have loved playing that.
I don't know, Vern. That would have been too much. That would have been too much coverage for my eyes to have to go over. You know, I like things short and quick. If I'd had a lot of time to try to figure out something, I'm afraid I'd have got myself in more trouble than I really got in. This is an important series. It's important now for the Saints defense to rise to the, you heard that old rise to the occasion. They need to rise to the occasion. 3 downs, punt the football, offense take over and put it in. They need that to happen right now.
Broncos will go with 2 running backs on first down 10. Motion man is Steve Watson. Winder with a block from Gene Lang. That's out near the 23. A lot of time left, 10-18 to go in the game.
I tell you, one of the hardest things to do is to be a little tiny cornerback and have to play the run and the pass. Now, how would you like to have to go out and make a support run when you've got big number 64 coming out, big number 60 Paul Howard pulling out? And that's what Waymer 44 did. He went right through those guys and made the tackle.
Keep in mind that Russell Gary is out with a sprained knee. By the way, the injury report on Jim Kobach, also of the Saints, is a sprained knee. Doubtful that he will return. But it has been diagnosed, at least for now, as a sprain. Second down, Elway, left side. Man wide open. James Wright, the tight end, that's a first down. That'll chew another couple of minutes off the clock as well. Johnny Poe makes the tackle. That is Wright's 5th catch for 57 yards today.
That's just good play calling there. They came out that time and gave us that turmoil look and went back to the opposite side and hit Wright 87, who came inside and went out. Other times they've been going out to the right. This time they fake it and come back to the left.
Elway 331 yards, 25 of 39, 4 touchdowns.
And I tell you what, he's feeling good. He is so confident right now, and he wants to put this baby in the air and throw another touchdown.
Gerald Wilhite gets it to the 35. Glenn Redd, Jim Wilkes, numbers 58 and 94 make the tackle. Wilhite came in the same year as Sammy Winder. He was the number 1 draft choice, but Winder is the starter. In 84, 371 yards and 4.8. I was as disappointed by that new rule against celebrations in the end zone because it took away his somersault. Johnson's California Quake I'd gotten used to, but I liked Wilhite's somersault.
Yeah, but that somersault can get dangerous. Yeah. If you don't make it, you land on your head. Then you're in the hospital forever.
Second down, 7. Elway, Winder, flag is down.
Fumble. Saints ball.
If the play stands, it'll go New Orleans' way. Johnny Poe is on the ball.
Holding, number 67 offense. Penalty is declined. First down.
It's been quiet, but New Orleans has creeped back into this.
Well, I'm telling you, an offense that gets on top like the Broncos have, it's easy to get complacent and not take your opponent as serious when you've run up the big numbers. They've run those numbers up, but now they're coming back. And the last two series have been sloppy, and this is a classic example of sloppy play. You get a hit, you fumble, you turn the ball over to an offense, to the Saints, who have in the second half moved the football extremely well and scored touchdowns.
Campbell on the bench. Oh, that's Johnny Poe, 25 instead of 35. Campbell is on the bench. Double tight end set. Guyjon, the running back. Eric Martin, number 84, in motion. Wilson hands it off to Guyjon. Breaks the tackle and rips it down to the 35.
Good running, boy. Right over the right side. Oh, Stan Brock, number 67, right tackle, came right inside. Edelman, 63. Good job of leading in there, and then Guyjon just with great effort. You know, you can really overlook a guy like Guyjon, Vern, because the simple fact is he just makes things 5 and 6 yards every time, and you don't pay much attention to him. But that was great effort on behalf of him that time to get 8 yards.
Guyjon with 54 yards on 8 carries now. Second down and 2, 7:45 to go in the game. 34-23, Denver leads. Wilson will throw. Larry Hardy does a terrific job to hang on.
They're going to give it to him right there on the 20.
That's a gain of 15 as Hardy makes his 3rd catch of the day, including a touchdown.
Hey, I tell you now, these Saints are fired up. You can see that old thing called momentum has changed. The Broncos have had it earlier. Now the Saints have gotten it. You're going to see again. Watch this. Wilson waiting, fires the football right in there. He's got confidence. Guys cover, throw it anyway, and that's what he did.
First down, 10, New Orleans. They trail by 11. Martin in motion. Broncos adjust the defensive secondary. Guyjon on the draw play, out of the tackle. Sloppy tackling by Denver, and Guyjon to the 12.
Steve Wilson that time. Ken Woodard, 52. Now the Saints have got the momentum. Now they're moving the football. Now, instead of Guyjon getting sacked early in the game for a 2-yard gain, now look what happens. You get 8, 7, 9 yards at a pop. Boy, it's amazing how this baby can turn around. Wilson, look at Wilson. Now he's fired up. He's in there. Hey, come on, guys. We got it. The whole team's responding.
Second down and 2 from the 12. 6:29 remaining in the ball game. An 11-point Denver lead. Wilson looks, fires deep in the end zone. There's a battle for the ball. Contact, but no flag. Steve Wilson defending with Eugene Goodlow.
Well, you got to wonder what Denver's doing now with their best pass rusher, as it turned out today. Mecklenburg, 77. He's on the sidelines, and the Saints are making a comeback, and Mecklenburg's on the sideline. Now they send in Townsend, 61, Mecklenburg, Tony Lilly. Now they're coming in with him. Hey, I'd have had him in there earlier. I mean, we're talking about a team that's moving the football.
Saints have a 3rd and 2. Earl Campbell is in the backfield. From the 12-yard line. The clock shows 6:20 remaining. Play fake. Lots of time. Flag is down. Guyjon is to the 6 if the play stands. Holding New Orleans. Brad Edelman slaps his palms together in disgust.
Holding number 67, offense.
It's Stan Brock, found guilty of the infraction. Can't believe it.
Well, I'll tell you, you know, you're doing everything you can. You know, and coaches are telling you, look, your quarterback's going to get sacked. You know, these guys are saying, I'm going to hold. In a case like that, it's play action. What he did, he came out and engaged in the guy. He starts going around him, so you just give him a little grab, pull him down the ground. You know, so, well, maybe I won't get caught. Maybe I will. Got caught.
So a 1st and goal from the 5 now becomes a 3rd and 12 from the 22. Jeff Groth, the 3rd wide receiver, in motion.
Offsides, Benton.
And they whistle the play dead. As Hardy makes the catch.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if they heard the whistle.
They went ahead with the play, but it was whistled back.
I thought for a moment there that Wilson was going to stop and not go through the play. Even when those guys jump off
defense,
when they jump offside, you go through with the play, and that's what he did for a big threw the ball, made a big play. And there's Joe Collier. He's got to be going crazy. Everything's been going right for him. Now it's going bad.
Number 75 defense kills the play. Still third down.
Rulon Jones. It'll be 3rd down and 7 now. Assistant head coach defensively, as Terry just said, Joe Collier.
You know, he reminds me of a lot, talking to him, Walsh.
He does.
Same mannerisms. You know, he's just quiet, appears to be extremely intelligent, real, you know, just...
Raining very heavily. 3rd and 7, New Orleans. From the 17. Blitz. Wilson deep. Oh, can't hang on, and he was there.
He had it. Dave knows it. Groth knows it. Look at Wilson. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe it. It was a good job. They put him in motion that time, sit Groth in motion to establish zone or man coverage. Someone runs with him, it's man. So he comes inside. Now he breaks up the field. Tony Lilly is underneath. The ball's just a little bit high. Groth makes a good effort, but golly, you know, he said, gee, this is when we need to make these big catches. Now look at Dave. I can't believe it. Did I overthrow him? Did he step in a hole? I overthrew him. Look at it.
Wish he had been 6'6". They'll go for it on 4th and 7 from the 17. 5:34 to go in the game. Gaijon in a heavy downpour. Wilson, he's got room, pulls up, lobs it in the end zone, tipped away. Terry Bradshaw might have run for the 1st down.
He had the 1st down running with the football. They were in man coverage. No one had the responsibility on Wilson, so he had no one covering him. He had everyone deep, and he could have run for the 1st down. Now, he's outside of containment. There's no one there. He could have run very easily for the 1st down, but, hey, we'll get in his head a little bit. He's saying, make something happen. Make something happen. He tries to force the football in. Tony Lilly makes a good play.
5:25 remaining in the ball game. Denver's lead is still 11. Denver's lead remains 11. They've got the ball back. 34-23, 5:25 to go. John Elway will keep it on the ground. Sammy Winder with the carry. That is his 13th carry today for 87 yards. Dave Wilson. You got to admire this young man for overcoming everything that happened to him last week, and that is extremely difficult. And it's really a test of what this guy is made up mentally. He's able to handle that adversity and turn it around, and today has played extremely well. 2nd down and 9, 4:50 to go. Elway into the flat. It'll be 3rd and 6. Sammy Winder with a catch, and Whitney Paul with the tackle. That's strange how much in command Denver has been throughout the day, and all of a sudden, just in a sneaky fashion.
You work all week to build up to a level of intensity and emotion that you can control, that takes you into a football game so that you can play at your best. And when you get into a game and you lose that intensity level, just a little bit of it, when you lose that, it is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to regain it. And what has happened is that the Saints are the ones that have regained it.
3rd and 7 with 4:03 remaining in the game. 4 wide receivers set for Denver. Elway incomplete. New Orleans will get it back. And Elway has cooled off considerably.
The second half, the Broncos have not been a sharp football team, and that's what I'm telling you. The intensity, the emotion, all those things they had going for them that made them successful in the 1st half have disappeared ever since the early part of the 3rd quarter, actually. And the Saints have it. The problem you have with the Saints is they've got to get into the end zone.
Chris Norman is on to punt. How ironic it would be if that missed extra point, well, it will alter the strategy for New Orleans. There's no doubt about that. But a week ago, that same thing happened to Denver when Carlos missed an extra point. And at the end of the game, the Broncos had to go for the touchdown instead of the field goal to tie. That one will go out of bounds, and New Orleans will get the ball back at the 38-yard line. 3 minutes, 50 seconds remain in this game. It's a shaky 34-23 Denver lead. 34-23, 3:50 remaining in the game. It was a raucous sellout crowd in the first half as John Elway tore apart the New Orleans secondary, but they have gotten quietly. And a lot of folks have departed the premises. Coming up tonight on CBS, 60 Minutes, all-new season premiere. And that'll be followed by what should be a terrific presentation of Death of a Salesman starring Dustin Hoffman. All the reviews on his work in that great play have been terrific. You read about Willie Loman, I understand?
Yeah, Willie Loman, I used to run around with him a little bit, actually, when I was just a kid. I knew his brother real good. Bucky Loman.
Bucky Loman.
Yeah.
I see.
They used to fish with those guys.
You carry your age better than I thought. 1st and 10 from the 38. Wilson will operate from the spread formation. Saints corner, Broncos corners up on the line. Wilson almost intercepted by Jim Ryan. Intended for Eric Martin. That stops the clock with 3:45 to go.
I tell you, Jim Ryan, number 50, he plays that ball pretty well for a linebacker. You know, the Broncos linebackers are not that big line. You know, they're big, strong guys. Ryan's about 6'3", 215, but, you know, that enables them to have a lot of quickness, cover these backs, and get back, make plays on footballs like Ryan did then.
2nd down and 10, 34-23. Denver leads, blitz coming. Wilson showing some agility. Fires it out for Eric Martin. Diving catch. Still isn't out now. He's finally out of bounds. Didn't realize there wasn't anybody around him.
Eric's going, you know, he thinks he's at LSU. He said, I've caught the football. I'm on the ground. I cannot run. And so what he forgot that he could get up and run with the football. We're in a 2-minute drill here, and he just forgot. Good job by Will. They got the blitz on, stunning outside. Now you see Harden, the safety blitz. Wilson does a good job of avoiding that, lays it out. Good one-handed grab. Now, get out. Oh, hands out of bounds. That's what it was. Hand went out of bounds.
That makes it 3rd down and 3 from the 45 with 3:38 remaining in the game. 34-23, Denver leads. Blitz again. Wilson pops it across the middle, incomplete.
David rushed it. He has 87 hard. He opened that time, and he just rushed it. He knew he was going to get hit. He knew they were blitzing, and he just rushed that pass that time. You know, one of the keys that a quarterback has in a situation like this that really helps him, he'll look out there and see those corners on his receivers, and if they're looking head up right into their face, eyeball to eyeball, that tells him man coverage, and boy, that makes it fun. If they're looking inside, then it's zone, and that's what he'll do. This is what Wilson will do to pick up the keys on the coverage.
They will go for it on 4th and 2. Trailing by 11, the blitz is on again. Hot receiver, Hardy has it. 1st down, New Orleans at the 49. 3:25 remaining in this ball game.
Hey, this Hardy's played well today, hasn't he?
Played
some
very
big
well.
Catches.
Wilson, 17 completions now for 270 yards. About to get sacked by Mecklenburg, and then Barney Chavis gets it. That is the 5th time he has been sacked today. 3:09. And the Saints have called timeout. Barney Chavis gets the 5th sack for the Broncos.
Barney, there's Barney right there. I tell you, I played against Barney. If I say I tell you one more time, will you just slap me? I played against Barney, and I had a good chance to go up and talk to him. And he's got a gray hair, gray beard, and everything. And I looked at him, and I said, "Gee whiz, I'm out of the game, and you're still playing with all that gray hair." But boy, doing a super job. He's telling the ref all about it too. He said, "Yeah, I got inside, made a little hit on the guy, and sacked the quarterback."
Coming up next Sunday, Cardinals against the Giants. That ought to be a terrific NFC East matchup. Last report we had, the Cardinals were they defeated Cincinnati. I thought last report we had, that was a long time ago. If that game's not over, we're in deep trouble. Cardinals against the Giants, and Tampa Bay will be at New Orleans. Check the local listings for the game in your area. And then the second game of the doubleheader, the 49ers against the Raiders. San Francisco against Los Angeles. That will be seen in most parts of the country. 3:09 to go, 2nd and 12 from the 48.
Well, he's got to be concerned. I mean, that's the understatement of the year. But you can bet one thing: his football team won't get uptight. He sees some good things happening out there today that will carry over next week, and his football team is improving. You know, offensively especially, they are improving, and this football team will win some games.
3:09 to go. Wayne Wilson is in the lineup. Half roll. Rulon Jones.
See a good job. Wilson goes outside to stretch their lines out. Rulon Jones breaks it. Now here's where David has to just throw the football away. We're in a crucial situation. We're 2:58 and counting. Just throw it out of bounds. You learn one thing one week. Maybe this week you learn you get trapped. Throw it out of bounds.
3rd and 21. 6th sack of Dave Wilson by the Bronco defense. No blitz this time. Everybody deep. Here's Jeff Groth. Out of bounds at the 48. It'll be 4th and 7.
You know, of all the receivers they have on the Saints team, the Broncos feared 86 Groth the most. They said, hey, this is a guy we've got a double team. This is the guy that makes the big plays time and time again. And he's, quite honestly, he's the guy we're most concerned with.
Groth has a touchdown catch today. Wilson 281 yards. And 4th down and 9 instead of 7. 4th and 9, 2:35 to go. 34-23, Denver leads. Gaijon is in the lineup as a setback. 2 wide receivers right and 1 is left. 4-man rush for the Broncos. Wilson. Oh! Had Martin open and threw it behind him.
Well, I tell you, Bern, what happened was when Dave got set, when Wilson got set, his right foot gave away, and then he regrouped and gathered himself and didn't throw on balance. He throws behind Martin, 84. He's wide open. He catches that. He's got the first down. He's got a big play. Now we're going to see is Wilson. He throws the football. Same thing happened earlier. But his foot slipped. He gathered himself up and forced the thing, rushed it a little bit, and throws behind Martin on 4th down.
2:30 to go in the game, and the Broncos get the ball back at their own 48. Winder behind John Elway. 34-23. Sammy Winder cuts back to the right and weaves his way into New Orleans country at the 46-yard line.
Sammy Winder picks up 6.
14th carry for Winder for 95 yards. And that will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Second down. 5 minutes.
John Elway with 4 touchdown passes, but Bum Phillips' team has come back, and Elway has cooled off considerably. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. 34-23. Denver still has the lead, and most importantly, they've got the football.
Hi, I'm Mr. Taylor. My secretary made a reservation.
Yes, she requested a Camaro.
A Camaro? I'm afraid that's a bit much.
It's only $35.95 a day and fun to drive.
Well,
$35.95 a day on weekdays for a Camaro from National and only $24.95 a day on weekends. So why rent just a car when you can rent some wheels?
There it is.
Hey, thanks.
You deserve national attention.
All right.
Around here people seem to say it all without saying a word.
There are still places where you can shake a man's hand, buy him a Miller, and you've got yourself a deal.
Miller's made the American way, born and brewed in the USA, just as proud as the people who are drinking it today.
Miller Beer. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil. The technology behind it gives this driver engine protection he can depend on. And this driver. And this driver. And this driver. Mobil synthetic oil technology. There's no finer engine protection on Earth or anywhere else.
This one's gonna be a war. The defending Super Bowl champion 49ers battle the 1984 world champion Raiders next Sunday on CBS Sports.
We're back with 2 minutes remaining in this second regular season game of 1985. Denver leading New Orleans. Broncos have all 3 of their timeouts left, and the Saints have 2. San Francisco has defeated Atlanta 35-16, and Green Bay knocked off the Giants 23-20. Those are final scores. Elway, draw play, Winder. Flag is down on the far side of the field.
Winder across the 45 to left the 43.
Ali Hajashik, we're told, missed a 48-yard field goal that would have tied the game for New York and sent it into overtime with 1 minute left, or possibly into overtime.
Illegal motion, number 84, offense.
Clint Sampson is the man who was found guilty of that penalty.
You know, Vern, it looks like right now what we got, Denver's going to finish 1-1 and the Saints are going to be 0-2, but I'm impressed with the Broncos and their offense, their defense, but on the other hand, I'm impressed with Wilson. I think he's played extremely well, redeemed himself, and against an outstanding, what is considered one of the better defenses in the National Football League. I think the Saints offense has every right to be proud of their effort today.
Wright in motion, now comes back to the near side, and Elway will throw on the half roll left. Puts it out, Steve Watson, and that kills the clock at the 35-yard line. Stops the clock with 1:48 to go in the game.
Well, I guess that pass is really designed more for John's confidence right now than anything else, because the second half had not been that extremely crisp on behalf of him, so maybe that's good for his confidence.
And in his third year, Terry, he has now set a personal high of yards, 353 yards for Elway. Detroit knocks off Dallas 26-21. Rams over Philadelphia 17-6. There's the final. San Francisco defeats Atlanta. 1:48 to go in this game. Inside the Winder.
Picks up 2.
Glenn Red makes the tackle. Minnesota defeated Tampa Bay 31-16. Green Bay defeated the Giants by 3, 23-20. Jets in a big win over Buffalo, 42-3. Timeout has been called. John Elway comes over to talk it over. Dave Wilson watches in silence.
You're still working. I can come back. Is it morning already? You know, he'd be home by now if he had the new NCR PC6. It's nearly twice as fast as the IBM PC. And look, a brighter, sharper screen.
And it's still compatible?
Oh, naturellement. Are you surprised?
Nope, NCR's made top computers for years.
You mean you're not a little bit surprised? We'll take it. Oof, I'm proud of you.
A better computer. It's exactly what you'd expect from NCR.
Continue a rundown of other finals. The Cardinals make it 2-0 for themselves. Washington holds off a Houston comeback bid as they even their record at 1-1, 16-13 the final. Chicago defeats New England by 13 points. Miami over Indianapolis, so the Dolphins are now 1-1. And Seattle, a big day for Dave Craig. 5 touchdown passes in that game. That overcame a 415-yard, 4 TD day for Dan Fouts. And the Seahawks won it. 1:41 left in this game. 34-23. Winder tries to get by Scott Valor and is finally hit and tackled by Glenn Red. And the clock will continue to unravel with 90 seconds remaining. 60 minutes coming up following football. It's a season premiere tonight, and then Death of a Salesman will follow that. Now New Orleans has used yet one more timeout. No, they didn't. Clock starts again. Dave Wilson for the day, 18 of 30 for 281 yards.
I tell you, he's played well at it. If you have you got two mistakes in the second half, and they're both one when he slips on a fourth down pass behind Eric Martin, the other's when he should have run with it. Outside of that, I'd say the man has played well.
Winder hit and dropped. Jackson, Ricky Jackson. Now Dave Waymer calls timeout with 49 seconds to go.
Not bad numbers, 28 for 43 and 353 yards, 4 TDs. Told us before the game he felt like he was going to have a big game. His coach felt like he was.
I broke up with her and had an affair with her mom.
Now, how did that happen? Her mother walked in one day and you went, whoa?
No, truthfully,
Yeah, might as well be truthful. Go ahead, what happened?
It started out as a joke from me, and I was telling her sister, I said, it'd be funny if I was just like, kiss her mother, wouldn't it? And she goes, I dare you, and I did it, and that's just where it went, and I did it in front of my girlfriend.
And you sure are a jokester. And so now your girlfriend sees that, and what's her reaction?
She wasn't happy. She ended up moving out of her mother's house.
Okay, but then you finally left the mother, and now